ठीक सर चालू हो गया Vanda ma'am, we can start with our event, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Good morning.
Professor is joining very shortly.
Okay. Shall we start, sir?
Yes, yes, yes.
Good morning. Respected Director, ma'am, Principal, sir, guests of today's event, HOD, sir, faculty members, and my dear students. I am Vandana Rai, profusely overjoyed to take the opportunity to introduce our speaker of today's expert talk, Mr. Avinash Upadhyay, who is going to enlighten us on artificial intelligence and data science, connecting the dots in emerging science, society, and living. Avinash Upadhyay sir has completed his bachelor's in computer science and engineering from Oriental Institute of Science and Technology, Bhopal in 2002 and master's in information technology from School of Information Technology, RGPV, Bhopal in 2004. Avinash Upadhyay sir is presently working as the general manager with the Reliance Jio Innovative Team for the telecom growth and new 4G and 5G technology delivery to the Society for Ease of Work. He has also worked with Reliance Communication Limited as a deputy manager, Vodafone Limited as a senior executive, Systema Teleservices Limited as a senior lead, and Videocon Communication Limited as a DGM. He has achieved many certificates and awards in his career. He believes in leadership and hard work. He wants to contribute to growth of organization and society. Now I'm welcoming sir. Welcome sir, Avinash sir. Now I would like to invite our honorable and dignified principal sir to speak few words.
Thank you, madam, and a warm welcome from Sister Kratiwar to Mr. Avinash Upadhyay, General Manager of Reliance Jio. I wish we could have a physical session, but then due to the availability of resources and due to certain constraints, we are meeting online, sir. But then definitely I would like you to see on campus, meeting our students in the physical form. And definitely motivating our students so that they can learn more and more in this field of artificial intelligence and data science. I'm happy that the choice of the topic is also very good. How the AI and data sciences, they connect directly not only to the technical students but also to the society and general living. So these two words, society and living, they really attract me, and I'm happy that we have chosen these two words, rather these two concepts in learning data science and artificial intelligence. I'm quite confident, and I'm sure that these kind of approaches really are need of the hour. People look forward to our involvement in the society. People are very much keen so that how can we identify the problems of the society, of our neighborhood, and how can we also solve those problems, or at least help in finding the solution of those problems. So these are really appreciable things, appreciable approaches, that we are not concerned only about the learning. We are also concerned about giving some solutions to the society, some solutions to the neighborhood. Avinash sir, you might be aware that at Sister Kratiwar we have just initiated two new branches, namely artificial intelligence and machine learning, and the other one is IoT. So we are also abreast with the modern developments in the field of engineering and technology. We are also very much keen to find out ways and means so that our students can learn more, and also at the same time we are keen to help in some or the other way to the overall social development of our nation. So with these words, I once again welcome you to Sister Kratiwar, and I'm sure that the interaction will be truly beneficial and encouraging for our students. Thank you very much.
Manishji, thank you very much, and I am very much happy I'm addressing our students, our Bhopal students, because I belong to Bhopal. My study came from Bhopal, so I am very much interested to address our student. Around 2 months, I already taught in RGPV University and to MTech students and the BTech final year students at the time when I was doing my MTech. So uh, I'm very much familiar with the teaching technology, and after I was as a assistant professor around 2-3 months, then I in what is in running in my mind that I did my engineering for to do something in the organization, to do something for the societies, and what kind of problem is running in the societies, how to resolve these problems from the engineering sides in various branches like civil, mechanical, electrical, electronics, and AIs, and many more engineering. So we can basically solve the problems of the societies. So engineers solve the problem of the society with the best practice, with the best manners. So I'm very much happy to give this offer. So now we can start.
Please, sir. Please continue.
Yes. Good morning, all the students and all our colleagues and seniors and that all professors, assistant professors, associate professors, and as well as principals. So myself, Avinash Upadhyay, I am currently working in Reliance Corporate Office, Reliance Corporate Park, Mumbai as a GM position for looking after the network, telecom network here. And my keen interest in the artificial intelligence. And as I told that artificial much important words which are connecting to each other and emerging the science, these sciences emerging to solve the problem of the society and living around us for the environmental issues as well. Now, so we started some basic because some varieties of audience is here. So I am starting some basics and some fundamentals so everybody can catch with these agendas. So topic is very much artificial intelligence connecting the dots in emerging science, society, and living. Next, we are moving. So here I am giving some description of the artificial intelligence and data science. So as artificial intelligence and data science have behaviors, data science is a cognitive propensity is making bots stronger with respect to data. So the day is not for when the machines will autonomously read the data, solve the potential problems, connect the dots between sciences and the society and the living. So this lecture will dwell in the extensive understanding of how to train algorithm and test data, unravel and the extrapolate hidden data trends, shape and the manipulate the data. Comprehending complex and sophisticated statistical data modeling can help the society in informed and data-driven decision making. So these 45-50 minutes will make you familiar with the new changing world in the connecting with the emerging scientific trends. Screen is visible to everyone. So some basic introduction for those students not familiar with the much more artificial. What is the AI basically? What is in our mind when we listen AI words? So as here artificial intelligence refers to the simulating of human intelligence. That is the human intelligence, what is in our mind, what expressing thoughts, what we are thinking. So that intelligence in machines, that problem solving. So a branch of computer science dealing with the simulation of the intelligent behavior in a computer manners. So the capabilities of machine to imitate intelligent human behavior. Some of the examples of AI used in the today's world, like you are hearing Alexa, you are hearing Apple Siri, you are listening Tesla, Netflix, you are playing flying drones, you are seeing. So all are these are the basic examples of the artificial intelligence. So this pictorial representation is a little bit showing the workings of the AI. So here in the computer manner input and the output, what input we are giving, and over the artificial intelligence machine is programmed as with the various algorithms, analysis these data and the generate the output. So in our manners, in computer's language, we can say data. Data is our input. Sensors is our input. Images is our inputs. And the artificial intelligence is the machine which is programmed with the solving the problem. So the output will come action, the movement, the text, the recognition, or anything can be output as depends on the input which we are providing to our intelligence. Next, some tree structure artificial intelligence. Here is a start from the root of the human mind. Human mind, we divided sense, comprehend, and the action. So the sense is again coming in the AI technologies, that is the computer vision and the audio processing. These are our sense. The comprehend is the natural language processing, knowledge representation, and the what action? Action is from the machine learning and the expert systems. So illustrative solution, virtual of agents, identify analytics, cognitive robotics, speech analytics, recommendation systems, and the data virtualization. So these are the solutions we can use by provide by the use of the artificial intelligence. Moving on the next, I told some example of artificial intelligence in current scenario. Siri, everybody aware about the Siri is one of the most popular personal assistant offered by Apple iPhone, iPad. The friendly female voice activated assistant interact with the user on a daily routine. She assists used to find information, get direction, send messages. You can order anything, make a voice calls, recognize your voice, and the sharing the traffic situation, sharing the morning news, anything. Open application basically. Add even to the calendar you can. And the flying drones, we are aware about the flying drones. They activate powerful machine learning system that can translate the environment into a 3D model through a sensors and video cameras inbuilt, and the sensor and cameras are able to notice the position of the drone in the room by attaching them to the ceiling. So trajectory generation algorithm guides the drone on how and where to move. Using a Wi-Fi system, and we can control the drones and using these specific product delivery and the video marking and the news reporting. These are the features we are using by the flying drones. Netflix, everybody aware, Tesla, and the next I'm moving on. So these are the, I told the basic examples of the artificial intelligence in a layman language, anybody can understand easily. So next move on the programming languages, what we are using to develop artificial intelligence. So these are the basics using the Lisp language, is the Prolog language, is the Python, Java, C++. These are the programming language in which program is developed for the machine to generate the action and outputs by using these algorithms. So here is some basics of programming language used to develop the AI. So I am telling something intro about the Lisp. So is a computer programming language which is a long history and the Polish prefix notation, and the name is a Lisp derived from the list processing. So Lisp program can be manipulate source code of data structure, giving rise to the macro system that allow programmers to create new syntax or even new domain specific language. So Lisp is an expression oriented language. No distinction is made between the expression and the statements. So all code and data are written expressions form in the Lisp. So some syntax and semantics in Lisp: S expressions, M for the expressions matter expressions, and the S for the symbolic expressions. So Lisp is connection to AI. So Lisp is an important language for artificial intelligence programming. Lisp program define how to perform an algorithm on the expressions. Frames, networks, and the objects are responsible for Lisp popularity in the AI community. So Lisp is widely used in the implementing the tool of the artificial intelligence. So second is a Prolog. Similar Prolog is a general purpose logic programming language associated also with AI. And the computational linguistic Prolog has its root in first order and the formal logic. So it is declarative and expressed in terms of relations, represented as a facts and the rules. So here similar syntax and semantics in Prolog is a program logic is expressed in terms of relations, and a computation is initiated by running a query over these relations. So some data types, some rules, some facts, and the evaluation, some loops, negation is involved in the Prolog language. And here I am some intro about the some application of the artificial intelligence in our military. We are using army, militaries, and the forces. We are using smart bombs guided by remote control camera system directed to the intended target. Some missiles we are using, unmanned drone aircrafts we are using, decoding of enemy secret codes. So, and here is the using in the forces. What is using in the science? In the science, we are using medicines, development of medicines, field of cardiology, CRG, neurology, MRI, complex operation of internal organs. So these are these AI application we are using in science field. Next, science also we are using robotics, computer-based optical systems that can be performed halfway around the world. So also weather modeling. Look at the trend and past model of the predict weather pattern. We are also using AI here. Industrial areas, machine vision inspection systems, cameras and computers are placed on assembly line to find out defects. Similar is the robotic system, use a computer automation, mechanical equipment, take place of human in manufacturing of the car. So here is a manufacturing organization, industrial organization, we are using the artificial applications. Some basics of the types of AI. So artificial intelligence is a super intelligence, artificial general intelligence, and the artificial narrow intelligence. So super intelligence and intellect that is much smarter than the best human brains in practically every field, including scientific creativity, general wisdom, and the social skills. This is the super intelligence we can say. The general intelligence, a machine with the ability to apply intelligence to any problem rather than just one specific problem, human level intelligence that is called. And the narrow intelligence is a machine intelligence basically that equal or exceeds the human intelligence or efficiency at a specific task. So we can say a narrow intelligence. Here is some subset I'm presenting what is AI. So it started from the AI, and the subset of AI is a ML, that is called a machine learning, and the subset of the machine learning is a DL, that is called the deep learning. So, and technique, artificial intelligence is the outer ring, and a technique that enable computer to mimic human intelligence using the logic, other rules, some decision trees, and the machine learning using the deep learning. And the subset of this, the machine learning, what is the machine learning? A subset of AI. Basically, it is a subset of AI that include some statistical techniques that enable machine to improve a task with experience. The category includes deep learning. So the subset of this machine learning is a deep learning, and in deep learning, the subset of machine learning composed of the algorithm that permit software to train itself to perform tasks like speech and image recognition. We are using by exposing multi-layered neural networks to vast amount of data. So this is the overview of the AI and the subset of AI. Now we go for next slides, and over the subsets here same in we know the AI, we understand what is AI. Now what is in inner layer of the ML and the DL? So inner layer of machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence, and deep learning is a subset of the machine learning. And the deep learning uses neural network to simulate human-like decision making. So here is involved in the deep learning. And the deep learning will come in the next slide. The deep learning using the data science. So big amount or huge amount of data. So artificial intelligence, some methods we are using in artificial intelligence, two broadly categories, symbolic AI and the computational intelligence. What is in symbolic AI? It focuses on the development of the knowledge-based system that is called a KBS. It's a knowledge-based system. And the KBS can be defined as a computer system capable of giving advice in a particular domain, utilizing knowledge, providing by a human expert. A distinct features of the KBS lies in the separation behind the knowledge, which can be represented in a number of ways as a rules, frames, and cases, and the interference engine or algorithm which use the knowledge base to arrive a conclusion. So it is a symbolic AI. And the computational intelligence, it includes methods such as the neural networks, fuzzy logics, fuzzy systems, and the evolutionary computation. So neural network are the biological inspired system consisting of massive connected network of the computational neurons organized in a layer. So by adjusting the weight of the network can be trained to approximate virtually any non-linear function to a required degree of the accuracy. So the typical are provided with the set of inputs and the outputs is the exemplars, you can say. So a learning algorithm such as a back propagation would then be used to just adjust the weight in the network so that the network would give the desired output in type of learning commonly called supervised learning. So this is called a computational intelligence based on the computation over the neural networks and using the various sets of inputs and output exemplars. Next, moving is a one more subset of the AI, that is machine learning. So they are basic a type of AI that provide computer with the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. Various techniques we are using can be used for it to learn, make prediction based on the data. That picture is showing a training data and the machine learning algorithm run on this training data, and the prediction will come the trained model, and the prediction is a live data we applied over the live data, then the trained model we generate, and the final outcome with the prediction in machine learning. So something about machine learning. For artificial intelligence machine to know how to behave, it has to taught what to do. In the past, this was done by programming individual skills manually, but this was quite a labor and skill intensive process. Over time, and researchers developed method to allow machines to learn by themselves. So there are various approaches, but in generally they have to use same thing in common. Initially, machine learning algorithm. A program, that algorithm is a basically program that allow to machine to learn. This algorithm is allowed to machine to learn in provided with a large amount of data. They have a very big data sets that allow it to develop rules, some rules based on their data. It seems to be trend model. So these rules are tested, and once the developer show that the algorithm is providing the appropriate response, it then be released to the next stage. So the trained model is to put into production. The model is at this on trend, then move on the next production where it provide with the input and provide output that are used in other place in the system. For all this, we need data. So overall, till we understand the data is very important. So we need a data, but the type of data available may be informed what mentioned we are able to use the for the training. Here are some couple of approaches, general approaches to training a machine learning model. Here I can read it out here. The most traditional would use large set of well-labeled data. So for example, if you are training on AI to detect spam emails, so you had provided with lots and lots of emails where the spam message have been initiated. So the model would then be able to learn the unique feature that make an email by more likely to be a spam. So if a label data set is not available, so it's possible to look a pattern with a large amount of information that could help to find songs that you may like. Another approach is to give the model some success criteria, like as a navigating an obstacle course or winning game, and then let it figure out the best way to do that, either winning or the losing after each attempt. But how do these models actually train themselves to do this classification or identification? That's where deep learning comes in. So here we some intro about the machine learning approaches, what kind of approaches we are using. So after that, the subset of the ML, we are going for the deep learning. So how these ML models, machine learning model actually train themselves, some based on the some classification or identification. That's coming from the deep learning. So it is some table, some representing or layman language need to understand that the machine learning can do. Suppose input is a picture, and what response on B? Are there human face in the language of the computer 0 or 1? What application we are using for that? Photo tagging, right? Some similar input is a loan application. Will they repay the loan in the form of machine language? Based on that decision, loan approvals. So these are different inputs, audio clip like English sentence, sensors, car cameras. So car cameras, position of the car. Right now, some new cars are coming in the 360-degree positioning features is showing in the car. In some XUVs and some middle level car also coming the same features, that the 360-degree view of the car. So that self-driving cars is the final application will come. Next subset I am telling about the deep learning. So the deep learning is a subset of machine learning and representation of data, expectedly effective at finding patterns in some patterns. So utilize learning algorithm that derive meaning of day by using hierarchy of multiple layers that mimic the neural network of our domain. If you provide the system with tons of information, it begin to understand it and respond in useful way. Here in presentation, I am saying some pictures, that some pictures is recognized by machine learnings, and these goes on the various pattern side, and we keep in the data various pattern in the deep learning, and deep learning we find out the images. Some little bit intro about deep learning. So deep learning is a way to do machine learning. It's one of many, but has become the most popular one recently because the progress made with computational speed and the availability of data. It was designed based on the concept of the imitating how our brain find meaning in things through many layer and dense networks of individual neurons. Each layer contribute to a component of understanding. As you add more layer and the more data, that model become much better at learning complex things like identifying face or the translating the languages. With modern computer hardware, we have been able to greatly increase how many of these layers can be processed in a reasonable time over and over again. So this is where the deep learning comes from here. So in these initial slides, I trying to explain in a layman language what is the AI, what is the machine learning, what is the deep learning, what are these application, what little bit intro about the programming language, which programming language we are using here. So this is called AI. Now I want to move on the next level. So what is the goal for the today class? Why data science? What is changing? What new emerging platform we are using? And the point, share with you our vision, what the emerging areas of data science means. From interdisciplinary research from the interdisciplinary research. So that is the data science. Next outline of our vision, how the university and the institutions or organization rising to meet data science challenges in a practical way, in a research way. So these are the for the universities and the institutions which are running various courses over the AI, artificial intelligence, and the data science on the practical and the case study basis. So these are my goal for today for the students to understand the data science, to research, to do work practically from the interdisciplinary manner to transdisciplinary teaching, and the same the challenges of the data science. Next, inputting data science. So data have always been with us. Everybody having own amount of data. Every human having their own data in their mind. सभी के पास अपना डाटा है, उनके माइंड के अंदर है. So अभी तक that life we live in the society, we interact various people, we interact family, we interact in the societies, we interact with technology, we interact with different all these things which are available in the environment. All data in our minds. So these are data is in our mind, in our memories. But what is the change in this data? So data in, I'm now going in the computer technology sides. Predominant IT infrastructure today we are using for the processing of these data in terms of the artificial intelligence using the machines. So our our brain is analyzing this data and come the output. When you are putting some query in your mind, in the, we can't say in a nano, micro, and what level of this partial of pulp, that is called हिंदी में पल कहेंगे, उस पल में हमको आउटपुट हमारा ब्रेन निकाल के दे देता है कि this is the answer. When you are solving your question paper and you read the question, and if you already remember this, the answer, you know the solution, the solution is in your mind, your mind is running various kind of algorithm and give the result, and you write with your hand in the answer sheet. So this is the brain working on. The same in brain here is converted in the form of the AI and using the machines, and we generate using the data, multiple data. So we need to fill up the data, huge amount of data in the machine to generate various patterns, to run various algorithms, and final the output. So, and we also need some machines and data storage and the connectivity systems for the analyzing of this data. To predominant IT infrastructure, what we are using in a nowadays, the cloud computing we are using internet, and the some ASUS device is our output device, various output device, Wi-Fi, iPad, laptop, mobiles, Android, and different iOS platform mobiles, edge devices, CPs, customer premises equipments we are using for the output. Here, a new tier is emerging that I in my topic emerging science basically. So in a science emerging with various devices, mobile phone maturing from end device to a platform for a new capabilities, to a device that connect with Bluetooth low energy devices, here application scientific processing devices, and the cell phone and radio and Wi-Fi and Ethernet technology we are using for the output. So too many peripherals over multiple radios to be in cloud is a part of network, is deliver of internet. So a platform for new capability, that is the perception, cognition, and action. But it is not only the platform. Next, moving, what is the perception, what cognition action we are using in the loops? Here, some pictures showing a car, drone, and the smart buildings and the power grid pictures is showing. So what is this? These are the domains, and the domains over the perception. Perception comes from the cognition, and the final is the action. I'm taking one example of the drone, autonomous drone. What installed? Perception cameras and depth sensors we installed. What cognition is the environmental modeling, and the what action we expecting flying to the target, avoid the obstacles. Similar smart building and cities we are creating smart cities. Government is going for the smart cities. So what the multi-sensor fusion, inter-traffic plus occupancies, control lighting and the traffic system. Similar in the power grid management, the distributed grid states detect the disabilities and the rapidly adopt the load and the distribution of the power grid load without human intervention. So on the wave, learning can be scaled due to massive parallelization. Next, moving, some new platform enable new type of applications. So though here initial, the first is the policy and programming we are using. It is connectivity then using. Next is the virtualized resources we are using. And the next is the physical platform where we are delivering. So everything based on the data. This topic is next is moving on the data. So data and the metadata, discovering and using resources, delegating trusted capabilities by virtualization, attestation, a new way of looking at data, security, privacy, that what we do with them. Next, we are emerging these technical pillars in a new science of data. Machine learning for resilience, safe, secure, smart, and capable programming we are using. Spatio-temporal awareness, in network coordination and the control, cognitive architecture and accelerator for the age. These are our technical pillars which we are using for the data science. So in some slides, started from the data. Data always with us. What changes that in this data? I little bit try to explain you about the diseases, about the devices, about the perception, what is the cognition, what action we are using, what data and metadata is discovering with the policy and programming and the virtual resources we are using. And next is moving on the scale of data. In current scenario, the point number one is the scale of data, and the number two is the development of sophisticated analytical tools to use this data. First, scale of data means huge amount of data. जितना ज्यादा हमारे पास डाटा होगा उतना ज्यादा हम उस पे पैटर्न और डेवलपमेंट कर पाएंगे, and the result accuracy will be much more strongest. So the use of data in a way not previously imagined. Next, moving on this topic. Here picture, as you understanding some social medias, pictures, Facebook, LinkedIn, and different social medias is a Google, YouTube here. Next, some pattern recognition picture is showing. Next is some satellite view are able to showing. Next, some weather forecasting by pattern with the colors of the dots. Here is a monthly some carbon dioxide level at in our or oxygen level and different gas amount of structure in our environment. It is the weather pattern. So these pictures, what these pictures showing? These pictures showing rich amount of data. The rich amount of data which is using in our society is enabling use of data in a way never before imagined. So these huge amount of data in various environmental data types we are analyzing with the use of the data science technology, and the same is in pattern in the form of artificial intelligence. So these data science and the artificial intelligence is very much connecting the dots. These dots are connecting to these 2-3 words in a scenario to research, and the output we are generating for our society. We are resolving the problems of our society. We are providing the solution to our society's incoming new challenges. Now, here I am in the data science side. I am seeing some pictures of some newspapers. So in this, the part is showing basically new algorithm for locally sensitive Hessian approximate computing. So a neural network for a fundamental computing problems for the solution providing of the human neurons based solution by using the algorithm and developing the algorithm and applying in the machines and generating the outputs. I'm giving a simple example of the oximeter. In the field of medical science, we are using the oximeter, SpO2 level. हम उसको फिंगर में लगाते हैं, some amount of time के बाद वो हमको हमारा ऑक्सीजन लेवल बॉडी का बता देता है. It is approximate. The tool which developed by many companies, they are telling कि 1% ऊपर नीचे दिखाता है. Why 1%? Accuracy is accuracy. It means accuracy is required than 100%, not 99.9. How this accuracy will come? This accuracy will come the amount of data recognized by the tools with using the algorithm or based on our data types we are giving in the machine. Next, here one more is a digital chemical test expressions. Here chemical in a different perspective we are using AI, similar structure, have a similar effects, toxicology tested by the matching against the massive database of molecular structure and the safety data. So here I am trying to say that data science is data types and data science is not using in a one platform. It is using in the environmental issues for the chemical testing, for the drug testing, for the decision making, a machine prediction that can reduce time or amount of jailing. So here is society issues. We can reduce the crimes in a society by using the machines, by using the data science, by using the artificial intelligence based on the data. The decision making capabilities we can generate with the use of AI. Next, the slide is putting data and the computation to use. Here, that picture I saw, here same thing we are coming here. So data and computation to use. A stochastic or incremental gradient descent sample, a large population set, to set up an iterative optimization method for a differential function. So statistical, because samples are randomly selected. So we have a set of data, we have a large set of population data, some set of data randomly we are selecting and are generating for the deep learning successful. So deep learning successful because of the large training data. We put example I put here in the black window that the breakthrough data breakthrough is the handwriting recognition. We started in 2008. Then come in the speech recognition in 2009. Drug binding we come in 2012. Object recognition 12. Game playing 13. Machine translation 14. And like then Alpha Geo for the 2015. So these improvement coming from every year or year basis based on the deep learning, and the deep learning based on the training data. The amount of data is increasing day by day, year by year in our databases, in our clouds. So 1.2 million training images from the image net we are downloading. A large amount of parallel computing infrastructure we are using. So new neural network structure that gradually identify different features and generating different results. And the accuracy of result is increasing day by day. Making us for training or lack of their data. Same data we are processing by the network, discriminative need of lot of training data. Then we can develop the action and results. So unsupervised learning can be done by two neural networks that are contesting each other in a zero sum game which used in 2014 in machine translation. Here one network generates the candidates and other network evaluate these candidates. Generative network using the training objective to increase the error rate of the discriminative network. So training and the discriminative network involve presenting samples from a data set until it reaches a desired level of accuracy that I already told. So we need to reach the desired level of accuracy by using the huge amount of data till the data will come in the training data. The data can be video, the data can be images, and data can be any form of useful information. Here I want to say some from symptoms to patterns. I am going some medical science also by AI, artificial intelligence, and ML and data science. Majority of using in our medical science environment to resolve the health problems. So here this picture is showing that symptoms to patterns. That's why I'm telling you that AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, these are the connecting emerging with our technology, which obviously using by the computers, networks, cloud databases, and giving the best result to our living societies and resolving the problem of our environment. So currently we are facing the problem of COVID-19. So the solution will come from the vaccine side. Vaccine side with research. After research, they applied many people. So the result will come in the form of data. And the data is stored in this cloud. And the analysis and the many algorithms run on these data types. And the final result will come tested first phase, phase second, phase third, phase fourth. Listening, these are the our current environment problem. So similar here, we are moving from symptoms to patterns. इनिशियल लेवल पे हम देखते थे बहुत पहले कि जब हम बीमार होते थे तो हमारे सिम्टम्स के बेसिस पे हमको मेडिसिन मिल जाती थी कि भाई सर्दी खांसी हो रही है, आज भी वैसे ही है, सिम्टम्स हुआ, ये सिम्टम्स है, इसकी दवाई ले लो, बुखार आ रही है, पैरासीटामोल ले लो. Now we are going for the patterns. We are moving for the patterns. Like as a BP, blood pressure. Blood pressure is not a symptoms will come in the moderate mode. But what is in this form of pattern? You record morning BP, blood pressure, you record afternoon, you record evening. Make this data 10 days data and make a trend, and that trend will give the result. And based on this pattern, you will get the medicine. So our medical science is moving from the symptoms to patterns. What is based on data science? Based on the artificial intelligence algorithm and based using the machine learning in the tools which they are testing these data. So same pictures here showing the same thing which I explained you in easy language. Now next moving disease diagnosis. Can we detect pattern from symptoms? What is the data set here? A lot of nodes. Data set is complex. Record of patients, orders, lab results, diagnostic codes, time series, and the outline are also important. So I want to say here that computer engineer or IT engineer or any AI scientist or data scientist is not for the technique. He is for to use his AI, to use his algorithm, to use the data sets to resolve, to create a solution for the society, for the environment, for any kind of problems, any kind of problems. So two challenges here come in the diseases diagnosis. I am giving one example: input data but no output. Conclusion: non-linear relationship is showing here. Linear models are explainable models. More complex model may overfit. This is follow error too closely. So some models we are using linear models that can be explainable models, and a complex model based on this, based on the data we are increasing. Suppose we do the test, we run our algorithm, some amount of data, and we got no conclusion, no output, perfect output we the resulted. So we need to more data. We run our test in a more huge amount of data to increase the accuracy. Some moving on some other slides also. Yes. So here we came, medicine has been a clinical science supported by data. Medicine is about to become a data science supported by clinicians. So here in right corner picture is showing precision medicine paradigm shift. So medicine, providing the medicine by the doctors to the patient, that paradigm is going to shift. What was we are yesterday? Yesterday we are, doctors are giving the medicine based on the symptoms based initial level. What today doctors doing? The technology, the AI, the data science is changed the pattern. Symptoms to pattern based. Now today they are giving patterns. When you, जब भी आप किसी डॉक्टर के पास आज की डेट में भी जाते हैं तो वो आपको 4-5 टेस्ट लिख देता है, बस ये टेस्ट करा के लाओ. वो टेस्ट क्या करता है? वो आपके बॉडी के न्यूरॉन्स में, आपके ब्लड से सैंपल्स कलेक्ट करता है. उन सैंपल्स के बेस पे हमारा आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का एल्गोरिथम उन टूल्स पे, उस डेटा पे एनालिसिस करता है और एक आउटपुट जनरेट करके देता है. एंड बेस्ड ऑन दिस रीडिंग and based on this threshold, when you go with the report to the doctor prescribe the medicine. So medicine, you are getting medicine by using the algorithm, because doctor know only which kind of medicine using for the which diseases, but the pattern is giving to the doctor to take the decision. So the decision making by the artificial intelligence tool by using the algorithm. Now tomorrow again, what will come in future? Now they are giving pattern based on the testing. Now future will come is completely algorithm based. So here I'm trying to tell you some more about data science. So data science is about connecting the dots to create new knowledge, to improve quality of life, to protect the environment around us. That is the use of data science. Moving on the next, so emerging discipline of the data science. So a discipline of data science consists of shared culture of academic expectation and the community of recognizable research in data science. Shared values and the cultural expectations. Community spread across the society, maths and statistics and the computational social science, business and long tail of the practitioner, including health. Now, in the emerging view, that the community defined by the shared experience. So here is example of journalist, a view of persistence in result validated by proof, near proof or robust experimentation. So what is this is the journalist. So what is the specialist? So a specialist view of practical impact validated by real world demonstration. So data science, artificial intelligence scientist is working as a specialist to view a practical impact validated by the real world demonstration. Consequence using the depth, using the breadth in the practical experience, not a journalist. Here I am explaining some core challenges which of inherently and quantitative science we are facing. Scientific understanding of learning, how human learn, how machine learn, why does it work so well. This is the scientific understanding of learning. Causal reasoning and the control, how do we discover and put to use nature of causality in affecting change in hybrid world of the digital twins. Knowledge of the data mining, how do we characterize, extract and enhance value in data from sensor to human experts level. Navigating uncertainty, how do we navigate data from actual or intentional noise. Societal engagement, how do we engage our trust in data science, artifact and decision making. Accessible fabric of the computational data, how do we architect a new social or planetary scale accessible systems for the data science. So these are the challenges currently we are facing, and accordingly the researchers, scientists and the R&D organization working over to get the accuracy level is much more higher to solve our society's environmental problems. The slides and too much I think the time is very less for these huge amount of topic. So I trying to explain some basics so you can correlate the artificial intelligence, you can correlate these machine learning, some deep learning, how it works, and correlate the data, huge amount of data and data science and use of data science here from today, tomorrow, and the coming days. Some key highlights here I am telling you. Some discussed about brief about artificial intelligence, some of the principal types, subset applications, and that is called AI. We using here some defined the data science and types of data and what currently platform using for the data types. So the field of data science has connected the dot to provide innovative solution to various problems to improve quality of life, protect the environment around us. So this is achieved by utilizing the massive amount of user data that is now available given the rise of social media and interconnected device ecosystem. The usage of this sophisticated analytic tool has helped leverage data science applications to complex societal problem in way not previously anticipated. This has been accelerated by the fact and mobile phones and matured from the being an end device and platform for the new capabilities. So data and the computation has been put to use in various areas and breakthroughs are many. Handwriting recognition, speech identification, drug binding, object orientation, machine translation, everywhere we are using in the field of healthcare, in the field of policy, in the field of social sciences. These breakthroughs have been made possible by large quantum of data availability, along with the substantial amount of parallel computing infrastructure also to store these data, where to store these data, which has led to new neural network structure and the gradually identified different features. In the quantitative science, while growing exponentially, faces some core challenges like developing a scientific knowledge of learning, understanding causal reasoning and control, knowledge mining and the navigating uncertain data, and the engendering trust in data science decisions. Taking a unified view of data science, which is not segregated by domains and application, and has a strong focus on experimental research in the way forward for new age data scientists. This is for the universities and the organizations or the institution which are running courses over the AI and the data science. So last but not least is a slide is showing what takeaway message to all the participants. Why data science? Put this question in your mind. Why data science? Put one more question in your mind. A emerging discipline. So put these images in your mind. Car, drones, smart city, power grid, cloud computing, internets, multiple end devices by using different policies, by using computational, by the machine learning, by using the deep learning over the data science, and emerging these dots in a one discipline that is community for very different culture expectation to generate the best result of best solution to the society. And thank you very much for listening me carefully, and I hope I tried to explain something about artificial intelligence, machine learning, little bit deep learning, and about the data science. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Dear
Thank
students,
you.
any question if you want to ask? Students, any question if you want to ask? Thank you, Avinash. This was very informative session. On behalf of our institute and entire management group here, I'm very heartily gratitude to Avinash Upadhyay sir for sharing his knowledge and opinions. I'm thankful to Director Ma'am, Principal Sir, HOD Sir, and my faculty members, my dear faculty members, for their cooperation. And thankful to all the participants, dear students, for attending this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vandana madam. Thank you, Principal Shri Manish ji. And thank you, staff and all the students who listen carefully to me. If you don't have any question right now, so you can put the question to your teacher and your professor, and they can write. They have my mail ID. They can write me. I can definitely try to answer your question. And whenever I will come to Bhopal, so definitely will check with your institute and try to give some offline session, much more about the data science and much more deep learning and the machine learning technology. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your precious time.